What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video. G Crazy here. So today we're going to be playing some solo leveling, but I'm just going to be here to be giving you guys some tips and tricks of things that you could do, how to spend your gold, how to spend your tickets, how to level up faster, and just the overall best things that I've learned since playing the game for the newer people that are still trying to get on this game. By the way, can I just say that this game is such a great production. Not only are you able to play it on PC, but you're also able to play it on your phone. I see myself sometimes playing it on my phone while I'm on my way to run errands, but mainly I play it on my PC. And it is kind of a spending type game where you can spend real life currencies into the game if you'd like. But if you don't want to spend real life currencies into the game, you can also just grind the game out. It will take longer to do that, but that's all right. And of course, if you're that type of person, then there's no issue doing such a thing. But we're just gonna get into this video basically and talk about, like I said, what can help you potentially in this game. So to start off, you want to really look at how much gold you have. So for example, if we were to go to the shop, you can see I have 66,000 gold right now. I did do a little bit of spending on my characters and my weapons today, but you don't want to necessarily spend too much money on your weapons and characters, the ones that you will not be using especially. That's something I learned in the past. I currently don't have all the characters that I used to have. I did get rid of some of them, but the main ones that you really are going to be using, the ones that's really going to be helping you during battles, as well as the ones that sometimes it force you to use throughout the storyline. There are some characters that later on in the storyline, in the chapters, it's going to force you to use certain characters, and if you do have your own of that character, I believe, then it's going to make you use the one that you do have. So that's a plus on your side. But for the most part, when you are battling in the main storyline, you want to use the characters that you want to upgrade, the characters that are mainly the ones you're going to be using. So right here, as you can see, I use these three: Baek Young Ho, Woo Jin Shul, and Lee Jo Hee. She's my healer, and my other two are my tanks. So these are the guys you're going to be upgrading. I currently have them at max level, and to break that as well, sometimes you can upgrade their skills here, but you would need to get one of their data cards to do so. You can also add weapons that sometimes when you do in the draw tickets, you do get weapons that correspond to them and that they normally use. So if you could get lucky enough to get those, as they're very rare, then I suggest you put those weapons on for those characters. But if not, you should be using the next best thing to be on those characters, and you upgrade that as well. But this is one spot where you're mainly going to want to be upgrading your characters and using your gold. So it's going to be for your weapons and your hunters. So that's how my hunters look like. And then for Sung Jin Woo, this is how he's looking like right now. As you can see, I'm mainly focused on strength and HP. Over time, as you start battling other bosses, you're going to realize that you are going to need a bit more HP. And of course, when you do die, there is that like one setback where it gives you a little bit of health and you can redeem yourself. But of course, if you don't have enough time and your health is too low and the enemy is too strong, then you're probably just going to die again. So you do want to focus a little bit on that. Another thing I realized that I should have focused on earlier is precision. So as you can see here, it says enhance your perception stat to increase your precision. As your precision increases, your minimum damage dealt to enemies increases. So basically meaning that your minimum damage will be higher. So if you give a kick for 50, but you keep upgrading that, your minimum kick damage will no longer be 50. It will be higher than that for sure. So that's basically what it's saying. So that's something that you're going to want to focus on in the past. I mean, in the near future when upgrading your character's assigned stat points, as well as attack, of course. So moving on, you're going to want to claim, the best way I could say to claim your rewards for gold and other essential items is you have over here the activity funds. So I currently claimed mine already, but over time this is kind of like a time consumption game. So some items and some things in this game does require time, and this is something that requires time. So this is something that over time, the longer you let it sit, it will acquire more experience, gold, and etc. Like this is another spot right here where I was talking about where you could spend money in the game to get like higher percentages and higher money back. But I'm personally someone that just rather wait for it, and I don't really mind it because gold is something that you can spend a lot of, but it's also something that you can get back pretty relatively fast if you know how to do it. And I'm gonna show you guys how to get a lot of gold very fast. So moving on to the next topic, battling bosses at lower levels. So that is something that is definitely doable, I can say. I fought a couple bosses throughout the main storyline that I was definitely not the power level for. for example, Kang Taeshik, I think, well, he's 18,500, but when I did fight him, I believe I was around like the 15,000 range. Now, mind you, you are gonna probably die a few times, but that's okay if you're the person that is really like strong-minded on the task. So battling bosses is definitely doable, but you really have to have the patience for it, and you really have to have like the technique and tactic of how you're gonna go about it. And especially if you're someone that's good at dodging, then it is most likely doable for you. Now, later on in the chapters, and I believe he was the first one where he requires you to be level 20. So basically you would have to be level 20 in order to battle him, and it's so on for other bosses. Other bosses sometimes is going to require you to be a certain level to fight them, and that's okay. I'm gonna teach you some ways on how to level up fast. So another way you can level up fast and as well get rewards, as you see here, is if you do all of the side missions and complete them 100%, you can easily claim these custom draw tickets, which you can later use at the custom draw tickets to get SSR weapons and characters. So I suggest that you try and like do them along the way. Of course I didn't do some of them, but that's okay, but try and do most of them along the way so that you can claim those tickets and also help with your leveling up. By the way, solo leveling is not something where you can just go back and keep redoing it and level up. It's not one of those type of games. It is a game where you do it once and you get the XP and the items from it, and then that's that. But you really want to try and keep up with your side missions. I know sometimes they may be repetitive and boring, but that does help with leveling up and getting essentials that you need in the game, as well as claiming rewards. So you don't want to just focus on the main story. Now, another thing, going back to, like I said, the draw tickets. The draw tickets is where you would be able to use those tickets. So this is a special type of draw ticket that you can get from daily challenges and other types of missions you can do. But for the most part, these are the draw tickets you usually get often, which allows you to get these type of SSR characters. I do have a few of them, but it's not a guarantee that you will get them, but there is a pretty good chance that you will get them. After the 80th ticket, you will get a guaranteed one. So you just want to keep focusing on those and using those draw tickets. But that kind of also dials back to if you don't have any draw tickets, it does allow you to spend your gems to get draw tickets. Now this is something that you don't want to do too often. You could do it every once in a while, but you do want to be mindful of your gems and not spend all your gems on draw tickets, because like I said, the guarantee of getting an SSR weapon or character is not necessarily high, and you don't want to just spend all of these and then not be able to use your gem tickets at other conveniences. So that's one thing that I would suggest that you guys do think about. Now, leveling up by doing dungeons and other challenges. So like I said, another way you can level up faster in the game is by doing challenges. Okay, so we're gonna go back here, and these challenges I mean are dungeons and hunter archives. But for me, the one I really like doing is the dungeons. So here, as you can see, I've done a couple of them already for today, and a big benefit about this is that not only does it give you experience so that your character can level up, but over time it's going to switch from experience and also give you gold and other essential items and rewards. As well as doing these dungeons also give you special rewards, and the harder the dungeon, most likely the better rewards and experience you're gonna get from doing those dungeons. So that's another way that if you need to level up because you can't do a certain mission or something, that you can do to level up faster. Another thing you should be trying to do, I know it's kind of like out of the way, but this is the mining phase of this game. This is another part of it where it's mainly you just dispatch and then you just wait until the timer runs out. Doing these are good because not only do you get like gold and other things, but over time when you keep mining, the percentages and the things do change as well. So as you see, like it says level 1, I'm gonna get another plus 4% of gold. So this is another way where you can get back your gold very relatively quickly, and it's kind of something that you just idle, you just click it and then you just go back to do what you have to do. Now, going back to another way of getting, let's say you don't have enough power in the game to fight a certain character, right? Like I said, yes, it is doable, but however, if you do want to still be able to gain a little bit of that power back, then these are some things I'm going to be teaching you that you can do to get that power. So number one is you're going to want to upgrade your weapons, your skills, sorry. So you're going to want to upgrade your skills when the game lets you. So if you go here and then you click on these, it says level up, and then basically you're just gonna need the requirements that it tells you. So this is another part where I was talking about where I say gold is pretty crucial, but you can get it back quick at the same time. But over time, when you upgrade and you get higher levels, it's going to require a lot of gold, and that's going to be a huge chunk and more materials. So that's something you want to keep mindful of not just wasting your gold on characters that you're not really going to be using, and mainly just focus on the characters that you will be using. So this is one thing that you can upgrade within your character. Another thing is the armor that they wear. So you can upgrade the armor that they wear, especially if you know you're going to be using it for a long time and it's currently the best set that you have. You want to try and get the matching sets, as matching sets do help with higher percentages and like conjoint things that can do in the game for your character. So matching sets is better, and if you can upgrade those sets, then that'll be better for your character and also increase the power up that you have for your characters. Now, actually going back on that, if you come to artifacts, to remove your artifacts, this is another thing why I say gold is crucial, because to remove them, it's going to also cost gold to remove your artifacts. Not so much weapons and stuff, but for artifacts it definitely will. And actually another thing too, which is also crucial with gold, is let's say you made a mistake and you want to go back and remove some of these assigned points. To reset, it's also going to cost gold. So gold is something that is very crucial in the game, like I've been trying to say, and you really want to make sure you save your gold and use it for the times that you're actually going to need to use it. So that's basically it of all I have to say with the game. So far the game is really good. You guys be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on that post notification bell if you want to find out more tips and tricks on this game. And without further ado, it's G Crazy, and I appreciate you guys. Peace.